Hey, what's going on guys, it's BradPhusion here, and today I'm playing some more Space Engineers, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my progress I've been making on my large conquest slash sabotage map I've been working on for a little while now. Not too long. I've been kind of like on and off with it, and I've taken a break here and there, and today I want to show you guys my progress thus far. And currently there is a work in progress base for the attackers. There is an, let me turn my HUD on so you guys can see. Work in progress base for the attackers over there, which I'll go to first. Then there's the alpha base, which is the base that's basically in the middle of the level. That beacon over there is where the defenders will start off. And then I've kind of got Atlantis over there to help me build another base, just because I was using it just for... I was actually originally going to be using Atlantis as an actual base, but I'm not too sure how I feel about that being light armor. And the fact that it's movable instead of the actual station, which is stationary, if you couldn't have guessed. So let me go over here, let me go over to where the attackers start off. Now I was originally planning on having both teams having the same ship, but basically the way this game mode would work is that you have a certain amount of times you can leave your base. If you die, you come back to your base, and the only way you can leave your base really is via ships. So these ships, sorry, I've only got 2 right now. These ships count as your team's tickets. These ships that are destroyed, then obviously you can't leave your base. That way your team ends. So it's basically the amount of lives your team has. If you get shot whilst you're out in combat, obviously you'd lose your ship, and then you'd have to fly all the way back here using your jetpack. And also, if you have your jetpack on, that's the way that people will know that you're dead, because you can't have your jetpack on in any other way in this game mode. Obviously until health is added. So right now, yeah, like I said, ships are basically your lives, or the number of lives your team has. So obviously each team will have a certain number of ships. I haven't actually put all these in, so you can imagine having maybe like 20 or so ships per team. This is the start work in progress of the attackers base hidden behind this asteroid here. I don't know what this is. I started making this a while ago and I thought it looked really cool, so I just left it here for the purpose of it just being here. I was thinking maybe using this for some sort of design for a base. Maybe. Though that's why I've left it here, just so I could use it for reference at some point. So let me just get into a ship here and let me fly you guys to Alpha, which is the first base. It's kind of in the middle of everywhere, and it's pretty... it's alright to defend, I guess. Like I said, I'll show you guys that now. So let me come out here, and let me go over to... Where is it? There it is. I need to turn my HUD on. So obviously there are beacons as well, so people know when a base is active, and you can also tell via all the lights. So the way you'd get into this base here is quite easy. There are 2 landing pads on either side that you can land on the roof if you really want. You guys can already see something on the roof there as well. So there's this massive wall here already to, 1, block ships, even though they can already get through there, and to stop other teams from just going around destroying the other team's ships just so that they can't leave, because that's a bit of a dick move. So basically other ships are untouchable unless you yourself are in a ship, or so. I haven't really thought of the rules just yet. So this place is pretty open. It's got its own power source, so there is a fair amount of lighting. There's a few barricades as well, and you've got the generator thing here, which you have to destroy. So I haven't put it on the ground there because it'll make it a lot easier for someone to just come up and just kind of shoot it whilst it's just sitting on the ground without having to get near it. So basically the way this works is you actually have to get quite up and close to actually shoot it. Now, the defenders, obviously it is symmetrical for the most part, and apart from the big rock in the middle, which the attackers can actually use to get around. If I remember correctly, I can actually climb that as well. Not to a great extent, it doesn't really help you out all too much, but it still is an option. So if you wanted to come across the rocks here or something, you could probably do that. Though I did cover this up for the most part, so you can't just drop down. There's still this bit here, but there's a chance you'll still get seen. So yeah, be wary of that. So like I said, for the most part, it is symmetrical. I think there is already a ship over here for me parking it. You guys can see how this looks, and you've got it all over here as well, so you can kind of go along the outskirts if you really want to. There is a rooftop, and there's a reason why there's a rooftop, and this is to help the defenders defend, really. I mean, other than the big bright light. They've got 2 turrets, 1 turret either side. Now you might be thinking turrets might be a little bit OP to have on a map where it's small ships, But I've tried to balance these turrets out as best as I can, and the way I've done that is they have a lopsided machine gun and only one gyro. So what this means is that turning speed, whilst it isn't slow, it isn't that quick either, and it does take a little while to turn back around. And also, if you fire your gun, you guys can see that it does have a massive kickback, so the only way you really be able to fire this is by burst firing it, or swinging yourself to the right and then firing it. So that's the way I've kind of evened it out just a little bit. But I might be thinking about maybe buffing these a little bit, because it does feel a little bit hard to actually shoot a moving target, even if it is moving really slowly. So, like I said, that's just a work in progress right now. It seems to be, it's so cute. Look at it sitting there, being all cute and stuff. There's one on the other side as well, like I said. So, 2 turrets to help the defenders defend from attacking ships. Now, I do have a rule, and I try to make it so that this works in some way, and that you can't destroy the generator using a ship, and that's because the generator is right down the bottom. I need to make that a rule though, but that doesn't mean that some random stray rocket will hit that tower. So let me show you what happens when I actually blow this thing up. So let me just get over there and shoot it. Okay, as you guys can see, it's destroyed, but I'm still walking and all the lights are off. Which is something I thought was quite neat, because it was actually an accident at first. I actually had all my reactors kept underneath the... Why is there a hole there? It actually created holes in the ground, which is weird. I might leave that as a thing. What was I going to say? Yeah, actually, that was a bigger explosion than normal. A lot bigger than normal. As I was going to say, I had the reactors underneath here. So whenever the explosion would happen, it would destroy the reactors and it would actually turn off the gravity. But now I've got gravity on a different power supply. When you blow this up, the power supply seems to turn off for the most part, and it leaves this station in complete darkness, which is another indication that, hey, this base is being destroyed. Obviously this is an indication as well, because you can't see the big bright red lights to let the other people know that it's not active or anything. So that's the alpha base with its 2 turrets and its power supply that cuts off when it's actually destroyed. Let me fly you over to my work in progress now for the Bravo base, or at least what I'm going to be calling the Bravo base. I could have just not taken a ship, but I decided to take a ship anyways. Like I said, this is one I've just started working on. This is something I've kind of gone like a pyramid sort of look for. I might have different technologies for different bases, so this one's got more of a pyramid tech, and it kind of follows closely to my Atlantis over here, which uses a similar sort of thing, though this one's rounded instead. But I do like the look of Atlantis, and I really wanted to consider using this for a base, and because one, it's sizable, and secondly, I never actually really did the inside to this, so if I show you the inside right now, you guys can see that there's not much here, really. I could easily stick the generator in the middle and have a fight around it, but I'm not too sure how you guys would feel about me reusing the same thing, because I don't want to get called out in the comments like, oh my god, you reused the same ship, what did you do that for, blah blah blah. And you know, I could have done that, but I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to be like a lazy person and just throw Atlantis in there just for the sake of it. So where's my ship gone? My ship's all the way up there. So yeah, I am working on a new one, so I want it to look a little bit better, and also heavy armor just because of bullet fire. At least I think it can withstand rocket fire. I think it can. I'm not entirely sure now. Yeah, it can withstand a fair bit of it, I'm pretty sure. Like it does get dented and whatnot from a hit, but it does take quite a bit to destroy it, as opposed to the light armor of Atlantis. You can easily just blow yourself a hole in it. That seems to be a lot more sturdy now, actually, surprisingly. I'm pretty sure it just goes away in one hit anyways. No, it does seem to be a little bit more sturdy. That's nice. I never actually noticed that change the light armor. Anyway, let me move it to where I'm going to have the defenders start off. Now, I haven't built their base yet, but it's weird because their rock is almost identical to the attacker's rock all the way over there. And it's weird how that's worked, because this would be where the ships were sitting. As you guys can see, the layout's almost identical, other than the fact that I've got stuff over there and I haven't got stuff over here. And I am considering using a different ship for the defenders, and this would be their ship here. Now, let me actually get this one over here to compare with, just so you guys can see the difference between the two. Obviously you can see it in appearance, but seeing it in other ways might be a little bit more helpful as well. So let me get a bit of view here and you guys can see. Okay, so basically this one is a lot thinner and it's a lot more agile in the sense that it can pick up speed a lot quicker because of all the engine that it has on the back, and it's lightweight. The only downside to this is that it turns slowly and it doesn't have 2 Gatling guns on the front. It does have 2 missile pods like the other one, it just only has 1 Gatling gun. Let me take this out for a spin so you guys can see. As you guys can see, its acceleration is really quick, but its turning speed isn't exactly as quick as the other one would be, but it's alright, because I want to keep these fairly balanced. I don't want one ship to be more OP than the other one, so I'm going to keep these as balanced as I can. So you guys can see this ship come. Does it have landing gear? No, it doesn't. I actually thought it did. I might actually put landing gear on. I don't know. I might just leave it how it is. And it, like I said, it is a fairly agile ship, and I quite like this ship, to be honest with you. It's one of my earliest small ship designs that I actually made. Look at that thing. It's just hovering there, looking all cool and stuff. But I'll leave this here. Actually, I'm still gonna have 3 bases. So gonna have the Alpha base here, Bravo base here, and then Charlie over there, whilst having the Defenders base there and the Attackers base over there. So that's basically how this will work. And I was also thinking about, instead of just being Sabotage, where the Attackers have to destroy 3 objectives and then the Defenders base, or just the 3 objectives to win, I was thinking about being sort of capture and hold scenario where, say each base is neutral, and a team can come up to a base, and when they go into it, they have the option to activate 2 sets of lights, one being red and one being blue. When they activate the, so for example, when the defenders come over here and they activate their lights, they'll activate the red ones, which would be on this side here. So what that means is that the base of the attackers can actually see that that's now lit up red, meaning that the red guys now own that base. And let's just say the attackers go over to Bravo over there, and they can turn on the blue lights, and that would mean that they've now got that. So what this becomes a fight between is not only holding the post that you've now captured, but you also have to defend it from the other team that will now have to sabotage it. So instead of being a conquest where it's capture and then capture and then capture, it's more of a capture and then defend. So if the so I'm just going to say, if the red team comes over here, they capture this, then they'll have to defend this, whilst the blue team has to sabotage it. Once it's sabotaged, that's it, that base is out, no one can use it. So that would be an interesting idea I was thinking about. Let me know what you guys think about that sort of game mode. I don't know if it's a game mode for any other game. I was thinking of capture and hold, but I don't know really how that works. And it's not exactly capture the flag, or it's not exactly conquest, because it's more of a, well, it's more like plant the bomb, but it's not. So I don't know really what sort of game mode it is. I'm just going to call it, I don't know, capture and sabotage? I don't know, you guys think of the name for that. And I'll leave this here, so thank you guys for watching, see you guys next time.